What's going on, guys? I'm Mr. Kamala. Today's video is going to be about the Xbox Series X. And let me tell you guys, hold on. First of all, I have 100% transparency with you guys. I'm not going to lead you astray. I'm not going to tell you, get a PS5, best thing in the world. I'm not going to say anything like that. I'm not a crazed PlayStation fan. Even though I strongly suggest to watch this video from beginning to end so you get a full gist of what I'm talking about. And even if you're trying to decide which one to get, watch this from beginning to end so you can get, a full understanding of what I'm talking about and all the specs of the Xbox. And you could also click back and I have a video talking about the specs of the PlayStation, and you can, watch that one and then you could get and then compare the specs, But first of all, make sure you scroll down, hit that subscribe button and hit the bell notification so you never miss some of my juicy content. But with that being said, let's get on with this. Okay, let's see what we're dealing with here. Let's see what this little mini fridge got. The CPU is an 8-core. So comparing that to a actual computer, that will be an Intel i8, which is pretty good. It's not bad at all. It's pretty good. It's not bad by any means. It's pretty good, especially for an Xbox, something that's not as strong. It's pretty good. But one thing I really like about this is that it comes with a expandable storage, meaning you could actually make your storage bigger if you want to. That's pretty cool. I really love that. I love that. It's amazing. It's awesome. I like that. Because you don't understand how many times I'd be deleting so many games such as Call of Duty, then re-downloading them, deleting all of my capture galleries, re-download, which is, that whole process is annoying. Even though I don't care doing it because, games are games in my eyes. I have fun with video games and stuff like that. I am so sorry for my phone going off, but let me turn that down, put it on silent. But as I was saying, I really like that whole key aspect right there. That is pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Microsoft really did a good job with that. The 1 terabyte expansion card, which helps expand the storage. So basically, we're talking about, 2 terabytes basically, which is 2,000 gigabytes. That sounds like a lot, but once you're done downloading Call of Duty, GTA, all that type of stuff, yeah, you're gonna have about, 500 gigabytes left. Because trust me, certain games can eat gigabytes, and I'm telling you, Far Cry 6, all those games is gonna be eating gigabytes. That's why before I get the new Far Cry 6 game that comes out, I'm gonna literally delete so much off my PlayStation because it's gonna be hectic. I'm telling you. But the internal space will be a SSD NVMe 1 terabyte custom. That's pretty good. That's like the baseline that Xboxes usually come with, and PlayStations also. But check this out. This is what I'm really excited about. We are talking about 4K. That's the performance, Keep in mind, the PS4 Pro is 4K. This is 4K off rip. Isn't that awesome? For an Xbox, that's pretty good. Because Xboxes, the life of an Xbox is very hard because they're prone to overheating and stuff like that. And I'm being 100% with you guys. I'm not gonna tell you something that's straight up wrong. Xboxes don't last as long, so you make sure if you're gonna get the Xbox Series X, make sure you get a nice a Q-tip with a little bit of rubbing alcohol. Dip it inside the rubbing alcohol and then wipe out the fans and stuff, those little slits on the bottom of the system, and at the top make sure you keep all the dust out, because if dust gets in there, I'm telling you, you're gonna be going to the store and buying another Xbox. So, but let's see here. It comes with an optical drive, 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray drive, and that's awesome because we're talking about 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray also. So we're talking about, it could play normal DVDs, it could play music, of course, and then you could play UHD also. and Blu-ray, that's pretty good. You know, that's awesome. I love it. But here's what I'm really talking about. And as a gamer, as me, this is very important now. It can do a baseline of 60 frames per second up to 120 frames per second. Do you know how good that is? That's why I'm like, you don't understand how good that is, especially as a gamer, and especially if you're a console player that's trying to go pro. You know, MLG, if you're trying to make it into the major leagues as a console player, frames per second matters a lot. We're talking about 160 frames and 120 frames. We're talking about double. We're talking about double 60 hertz, and that's pretty awesome. Because that means when we're going to be playing games like Call of Duty Warzone or Fortnite, Mortal Kombat, you know, any games like a shooting game, Battle Royale, so you're going to see stuff faster than a person with a baseline console such as a PS4 or an Xbox One. Because that's, you know, you can't get higher than 60 frames. But with the new systems now, you can get up to 120 frames, and PCs are 144 frames, and that's pretty awesome. That means you can basically match a PC. They're making these things with PC standards, which is pretty awesome. And yo, I'm actually surprised that, you know, they brought the heat to the table. And the memory bandwidth will be 10 gigabytes at 560 gigabytes a second, and 6 gigabytes at 336 gigabytes a second. That's meaning how fast, like, you know, certain download speeds, how much it can handle and stuff like that, which is, I'm not going to get into the tech science of it, but, you know, if you look it up for yourself, you're going to know what it is. You can look it up on your own. But, yeah, one thing I will say is that the Xbox it's kind of lower end when it comes to it. When it comes to like the hardware, it's kind of lower end, because if you watch my last video on the PS4 spec, not the PS4, please excuse me, but the PS5 specs, it blows it out the water. We're talking about an 8-core that can do way fast, that can do more. I'm pretty sure the PS5 can do 144 frames per second, because listen, it can literally do 4K to 8K. Remember, that resolution is very up there. Because remember, 4K is 4000p basically. So we're talking about 8000p. So then in the baseline of the PS5, we're talking about, you know, 4K to 8K, which means 60 frames per second up to 144 frames per second. So the PS5 is actually the closest system to ever come out that's closest to a gaming PC. So there you guys got it. You know, if you want to get an Xbox, hey, I'm not stopping you. I'm not disrespecting Xbox. I'm a gamer. I love video games. But one thing I will say, the best banging for your buck will be a PS5, and that's that.